Welcome, agents. I'm Cindy Reagan, Director of Hotel Programs. Thank you for taking your time today to learn about Accor Hotels. Feel welcome. Joining us is Stephen Eidelberg, Senior Director of Sales, Travel Agency, and Leisure for Accor Hotels. Stephen began his hotel career in '92 at Doral Ocean Beach Resort, and then he spent 10 years with Sonesta Hotels. As Regional Director of Travel Industry Sales, he guided the strategy for the Sonesta portfolio. Later in 2007, Stephen joined Accor in New York and moved back to Miami to help open Accor's North American headquarters. He now leads the Travel Agency Industry Sales segment. Stephen holds a BA in History and Political Science from Monmouth University. Following our webcast today, the 3 Easy Questions quiz to win a $25 gift card if you are one of the first agents to answer the 3 easy questions correctly. Thank you again for joining us. Stephen, take it away.
Thank you very much, Cindy. I am very pleased and honored to be able to share Accor Hotels and give a good overview of our brands to all of the travel agents and members of the Travel Leaders Group community, and go over some of the key things that I think are going to help you sell not only to your clients on a day-to-day basis, but also give you a broader understanding of our hotel group, which isn't as well known here in North America as it is throughout the rest of the world. So I wanted to start just by moving forward and giving you a brief introduction to Accor Hotels. We were started in 1967 by Gerard Pelisson and Paul DeBrule, and they had the vision in 1967 when they were here in the United States and looked at Holiday Inn and said, there's nothing like this in France or in Europe. It was primarily independent hotels. And so they started with the Novotel brand in Lille, France, and that was the very first hotel. And that's why Novotel brand, which I'll get into a little bit later, is one of our standardized brands, as it was on that Holiday Inn model. And then we acquired and built to almost 3,800 hotels now, with 500,000 rooms around the world and 17 brands. We have 180,000 employees all over the world, and it really is a way of broadening our horizons throughout the world by offering brands from luxury to economy and everything that all of your clients would want. Our tagline, our new tagline, is Feel Welcome, because we want to make sure that it's not only our guests that are feeling welcome, but our employees, our 180,000 employees, are feeling welcome, as well as clients such as Travel Leaders Group. So Feel Welcome means more than just to the guests, and it means everything that's right there. So that's why I put it up there. And we recently changed our name last year, you may have noticed, to Accor Hotels versus Accor. That helps me and my team here in North America greatly because people will know what Accor is. And we did that so that people would know that we are a hotel company. I love that here in North America because I've heard everything from do you sell yogurt to are you a car? And I'm glad that people will now know that we are a hotel company. Of course, most of you, I'm sure, know of us in the industry, but sometimes with consumers it can get a little challenging, and that's where I rely and we rely on you to share that. So I'm going to hit now to our brands, the 17 brands that we talked about. We divide them into luxury and upscale, mid-scale, and economy. Now, the majority of Travel Leaders Group, whether it's NextGenVacation.com, Pro, Zell, will sell the luxury and upscale and mid-scale, although Ibis, or Ibis, however you'd like to pronounce it, also has a nice little bit of a share in the business that is sent to us worldwide. I'm going to go over briefly the brands that we have here because we have a wonderful tool, an e-learning tool that goes in depth into all of the brands, and I'll get into that a little bit later, but this will give you a good overview and an idea of all of our brands and what you can offer your client. I'm really happy to say also that when you think of accor, you can think of a chain that offers all brands from luxury to economy. So we have several of our competitors that are very strong in luxury and upscale, some that are in mid-scale and some that are in economy, but we really span the whole environment of hotels and everything that your clients would need. So it's a good go-to for you. Just so you can understand the scope, because we have only 34 hotels in North America, although they are in key destinations, such as New York City, Chicago, LA, Montreal, Toronto, Mexico City. This slide really gives you an example of where we are and the power of accor. And in fact, we are the #1 operator of hotels in the world. As you can see, 3,792 hotels, but that's changing every week because it says one hotel opens every 2 days, but it's pretty consistent that it's at least one a week that we are opening around the world. You can tell in France, if you combine France, which has over 1,500 hotels, and Northern, Central, and Eastern Europe with 900 hotels, we have 2,500 hotels in Europe. So we should be the go-to for you when you're thinking of Europe, whether it's for an economy brand or Sofitel Legend, which is our uber luxury brand. We're also very strong in Asia Pac, especially in Australia, growing in China and in Southeast Asia, and then in the Mediterranean, Middle East, and Africa, particularly in Italy, which I know is a huge destination for your travelers. We have a large portfolio of hotels, and of all of these hotels, 1,900 of the 3,800 are included in the Worldwide Hotel Program. And those consist primarily of hotels that are in the luxury and upscale and mid-scale segment, with many also that are EBIS. So you get the whole breadth of them as well in the Worldwide Hotel Program, as well as 20 wonderful luxury properties that are in the Select program. So we're going to start right now with the luxury and upscale hotels. We have 356 hotels right now. They comprise primarily of Sofitel Legend, Sofitel, Sofitel Luxury Hotels, Pullman Hotels and Resorts, and M Gallery by Sofitel. Also, we have regional brands that are Grand Mercure and the Sable. So you see a lot of Sofitel there, and it's because we've made sort of an umbrella brand of Sofitel because there's consistency in the luxury and offering that we have there. And the 4 brands that are part of Sofitel are pretty self-explanatory because they have Sofitel in their name. It's the Sofitel Legend, Sofitel, Sofitel Luxury Hotels, and M Gallery by Sofitel. So now we go to Sofitel Legend brand. We have 5 hotels right now, and we're not going to grow this brand tremendously, maybe 1 hotel a year, because these hotels are icons, and they really reflect the history of where they're located. So we look at the Grand Amsterdam or the Metropole in Hanoi. These are for your luxury clients who want a true 5-star experience, and they love history. So they want to stay in an iconic hotel. And all 5 are included in the Worldwide Hotel Program. We go next to the Sofitel. We have 3 of these hotels, and again, we're only going to open 1 a year because they're so unique and they're such a great offering for your clients that we don't want to make these massive brands, and that's why they're under the Sofitel umbrella. These are for your clients that love design. These are not your trendy hotels. These are solid 5-star hotels. The 3 that we have are in the Indian Ocean, in Bangkok, and in Singapore. And they've opened with design elements from Karl Lagerfeld, who's in Singapore, Kenzo out in Mauritius, and Christian Lacroix in Bangkok, and really cool design elements that are unique. So these are really for your clients who just love design and the ones who say, show me something new, because that's what you're going to show them when you go here to So by Sofitel. And I apologize if I'm going quickly, but that's why I mentioned the e-learning tool, and I'll get back to that as well, because you'll have in-depth all of these when you go to our e-learning tool online. Now here's Sofitel Luxury Hotels, and this is the hotel brand where we have 121 hotels throughout the world, and that you're most likely familiar with because they're here in the US, and it's our predominant brand here in the United States. And this is really a blend of local and the French touch. So this is 4.5 star, I like to call it, and these are for your luxury and upscale clients who like consistency throughout the world. And they like consistency throughout the world, but they like the French touch. And what do I mean by the French touch? It's hard to say exactly what their French touch is because we have something called cosumane. And cosumane in French is untranslatable. But cosumane is something that Sofitel embraces, and that's that little something extra that you can't really explain, but where our associates will go above board to really help a guest and maybe surprise them with a little gift or do something out of the ordinary, like have a towel for their dog when they come back from a walk on a rainy day. Those are things you don't expect, but that's cosumane. Then we have the fourth brand, which is in the Uber brand of Sofitel, M Gallery by Sofitel. Now, M Gallery, you may not know these hotels because they are individually named. For instance, the Hotel Baltimore in Paris, or La Résidence in Hue in Vietnam, the Molotov, etc. So this is our collection of boutique hotels. These are for your upscale clients. These are between 4 and 5 star, 4.5 star. For your upscale clients who really like boutique hotels and feeling like they really have the touch and the feel of where they are. Lots of Americans like to head out to Europe and stay in our M Gallery hotels because of that boutique feel and the feeling that they're there. And then the other brand, which is large in our collection of luxury and upscale hotels, is Pullman. Pullman Hotels and Resorts, it's almost 100 hotels throughout the world, and we opened up our very first one here. We converted the Sofitel Miami to the Pullman Miami just recently because Pullman hotels are, for your upscale travelers that are hyper-connected. We used to say, it's really for business travelers, but they're also Pullmans in great leisure destinations. For example, in Thailand, we have a great resort that's Pullman, or in outside of Marrakesh as well. And we say it's for the hyper-connected traveler because there is connectivity all over. There's a speed that is there with check-in, with check-out. Often you can book your airline tickets and get your airline boarding passes right there, as well as communal tables for connection with other people. And this is also our brand where we have a lot of meeting space. In case any of you are booking meetings and need meeting space, you can think of Pullman for that upscale meeting. The next two brands in our luxury and upscale portfolio are Grand Mercure, which is a solid 4-star, and the Sable, which is a solid 4-star. Now, Grand Mercure is similar to Sofitel in that it has a feel of the local environment. However, this is truly a local feel. So the French touch is less felt here in this 4-star brand versus really in Asia and in Brazil, you get the real feel that you are in the country. And the Sable is primarily in Australia and New Zealand, and these are apartment hotels, 4-star apartment hotels, which are great for families that are traveling down under. So keep those in mind. Then we go to our mid-scale hotels, and this is really what we were founded on with Novotel, and they include Novotel, of course, Mercure, Mama Shelter. I'm not sure many of you know Mama, but I'm going to talk to you about Mama soon, and Adagio. So as I mentioned, Novotel was our very first brand, and it was modeled after Holiday Inn and being consistent around the world. It's our standardized brand. So it's 3.5 star, 4-star, and it's consistent wherever you go. If you go to the Novotel New York, the Novotel Hong Kong, Novotel in Rio, these are for your clients who really like consistency wherever they're going around the world in a mid-scale environment. It's great for families as well, as they have a great Xbox station for anybody who really wants to play games while they're there. Then we have Mercure, and Mercure is what we call our non non-standardized brand. And our non-standardized brand, it's similar. We have 3.5 4-star hotels here at Mercure, but these reflect the environment in which they are in, the history and the culture, as well as the French touch. So if you think of Sofitel as being the luxury alternative for the local culture paired with a French touch, this is your mid-scale opportunity for the local culture as well as the French touch. Then we go to Mama Shelter, and this is our newest brand, and it's a partnership. There are only 6 hotels, and they're really cool. This is great for your millennial traveler. We like to say that this is the hotel brand that is not rooms and with a restaurant, but it is a restaurant with rooms attached. So the focus really is on the great vibe that you get from a restaurant and an environment like that, a crossroads of people, if you will, at Mama Shelter. And we just opened up one in Hollywood, in LA. They're in Paris and Toulouse and in Istanbul. Then we go to Adagio. Adagio is also an apartment hotel. Adagio is better well known throughout the world, and especially in Europe, Brazil, and the Middle East. And these are full apartments. They are 3 or 4-star apartments. I love the Adagio Torre Eiffel, which most of the rooms have just this amazing view of the Eiffel Tower. But again, great for families, or even if it's corporate relocation. You can send the people here, and they have full kitchens and housekeeping. You have all the services of a hotel, but apartments. That's it with our mid-scale hotels, and then we go to our economy hotels. Now, I don't have a slide for each of these economy hotels. As I mentioned, I see the majority that are booked by Travel Leaders Group, as well as the majority that are in the Worldwide Hotel Program are in our mid-scale and upscale and luxury. But I wanted to mention this because Ibis is really a great brand that is present in every single country in our 92 countries around the world for the US and Canada, and that is going to change quickly when we open up an Ibis Styles near LaGuardia Airport later on this year. It's going to be the very first one here in the United States. But we have several in Mexico, and these are good, clean, solid 3-star hotels that are available for your economic traveler, shall we say. Ibis Styles is more for students, but it's the same lines, and Ibis Budget is more for the really cost-conscious. So that takes us through our brands. As I mentioned, we have a great tool, our e-learning tool, which you can go to at Accor Hotels for You and sign up and become an ambassador and learn a lot more about these brands, more than I could tell you in the 20 minutes or so that I'm presenting. I wanted to raise Le Club Accor Hotels here. This is our loyalty program, and we were one of the newer players in the loyalty game because all of our brands used to have their own loyalty program. However, we brought them all under one umbrella, and the reason I'm bringing this up to you is because our loyalty program, for all of the points that guests use, and when they book through the Worldwide Hotel Program, they're entitled to points. They convert to a cash voucher, or a voucher that can be used as cash. So you can go ahead and feel comfortable booking whatever rate you have in the Worldwide Hotel Program. You book it at that rate, and you get full commission on that rate. So it's not like you're booking points and, let's just say, a free room for your clients and not getting anything out of it. They'll get the benefits of being a Le Club member regardless of the elite status that they have. But then also you can be assured that you're going to get full commission, because even if they pay for half of their stay with their vouchers, it's still credited as a full room rate, and they're treated like cash. And that's why I wanted to mention it, because it's really a great program, and it's friendly for travel agents in the fact that we are giving commission on this voucher and not just points that can be converted into a free room. So here I mentioned Learn With Us. This is just the front page. You'll have to sign up. When you sign up, you enter your IATA and some information, and then you take different modules on all of the brands. It's available in several different languages, and then you can become an ambassador and win different prizes. And we have contests throughout the year. We had Paris Je t'aime in June, where we gave away 2 round-trip tickets and a stay at the Hotel Scribe in Paris. And in October, we worked with Etihad and had a trip to Bangkok. So we'll be doing those contests throughout the year. I post all of that with Travel Leaders Group in various advertising that we do throughout the year. So in June and October, you'll know about that. Very briefly, I wanted to mention groups online. If you go to accorhotels.com, the professional solutions area, tourism, and that's where you can find pretty much everything a travel agent will need. We are the only hotel chain in the world that will give you an online quotation, and you can place an option with a guaranteed rate for a group of 8 to 30 rooms. That is a fantastic opportunity, and you can see that I did a sample where it says Zell Travel Group. I had done it with the Zell IATA and entered the dates and entered the rooms, and there you go. You have the room rates there, and they include breakfast, and you can package together a small leisure group stay. And we have over 900 hotels right now, and it keeps growing around the world that are part of it, and pretty much in every leisure destination that you can find. Next, I just wanted to touch briefly on Planet 21. We are a very environmentally focused company. Many are. We like to try and achieve the best in standards on this. So in 2009, we actually started our objective of planting 10 million trees based on what we save from water and from, when you get those annoying little things in your hotel bathroom that say, please hang your towel. It really is working to help save the world with reforestation projects, and we've planted 4 million trees already as of 2014. So we are on our way to our goal of 10 million. Aside from that, 1 out of 3 Accor Hotels general managers is a woman. We have a very strong focus on equal rights, and so the goal is to be 1 of 2 and have 50-50, which reflects the population of women executives and women general managers throughout our company. So I'm very proud of that. I'm also very proud of the fact that 30,000 employees are trained every year in the fight against child sexual exploitation, because we are a global leader, and the majority of our hotels are outside of the US, where we don't really think about sexual exploitation, and it goes on all over the place. And we were one of the founders of the UN Charter against it, and we take it very seriously, and we train every employee on what to look at so that we can help protect our children and therefore help protect our world. So Planet 21 and our sustainable development goes through a lot more than just hanging your towels and planting trees. It really is what Accor is about and what I'm really proud about. So here are a couple of takeaways. We are the largest hotel operator in the world. We own or manage the majority of our properties, and when we take on franchises, we ensure that they are strictly going to standard. The e-learning tool I mentioned to you, it's right there. The rate code, mentioned that with the 1,900 hotels. That's something key to take away, as well as our hotels in the Select program. The points, which I mentioned, as far as the club is concerned, and you get the full commission on it. Promotions, we have a promotion going on right now where it's 10% off of the TL7 7TL rate code. It's for February and March, a winter sale for North America. And the hotels that we have located throughout North America are participating in it. So you can get an extra break there, and we're going to do the same thing in the summer for North America, but you can keep an eye out for other promotions. Planet 21 I just mentioned, and you can find everything at travelagencies.accorhotels.com, information on commission payments, information on pretty much everything, as well as discounted rates that you can have for your personal stays, where you can book right there, groups online, and everything else that I mentioned. I've put contact information here because you may want to reference it for the rest of the year on who to contact. And then also, if you are booking for a VIP, and often with Pro and Zelle, it's really particular for a suite traveler, but it's for all of Travel Leaders Group. We have a VIP reservation line dedicated to the Sofitel, Pullman, and M Gallery brands, and that is available throughout the week to help you out if you have any of those luxury clients who really want to know exactly where they are. So feel welcome. Thank you very much for your time. I know I rambled on and gave you a lot of information, but hopefully I gave you the direction on where you can go to dig a little deeper as well.
Stephen, thank you. I learned so much during your presentation and am excited to learn about Mama Shelter, Adagio, Ibis, Legend, So, M Gallery, and of course your efforts globally, planting trees, everything to support our planet. And thank you. I have a couple questions that many of our agents are curious about, as you can might well imagine, because you didn't mention the recent Accor Hotels acquisition of Fairmont Raffles and Swiss Hotel. Will these brands now be incorporated into the brands you presented?
That is a great question, and was kind of the elephant in the room. But yes, to be clear, right now, although it made huge press, we have signed an intent to purchase FRHI, Fairmont Raffles Hotels International, and that has to go in front of our shareholders and to antitrust boards. That's going to happen in June. And then after that happens, we'll begin to look at integration. So I don't have an answer for you in 2016, but keep a lookout in 2017, the very beginning or the very end of 2016, where you're going to get an awful lot of information on the acquisition and how all of the brands are going to come into play.
Okay. And this is kind of a combined question. Do you reward travel agents with loyalty program points? And how do I access discounted rates for my own stays as a travel agent?
Okay. We currently don't have a reward program with our loyalty points as we're such a new program. And that's why I emphasize the fact that as opposed to many other programs, we offer full commission. So we are very travel agent friendly, and but this question often comes up. So I'm glad that you asked it because there are a lot of benefits for travel agencies, and that will be coming in 2017, but just not right now. And then the star rates are available at accorhotels.com /travel agencies, and you just enter your IATA and you'll have an access code which we will post with Travel Leaders Group on your intranet, and you can use that access code and get discounts of up to 50% around the world.
Okay. And you mentioned the group's online tool. Are all the brands available on the group's online tool?
The majority of our brands are available on the groups online, but the good thing is that these are all our luxury upscale, mid-scale hotels that you typically would book for a leisure group, including some IBIS. It's generally just the economic hotels that are not, those brands are not available.
Okay. And how will I know when you're doing a promotion for the Worldwide Hotel Program, the TL7, 7TL rates?
Well, we have a robust program with Travel Leaders Group, so you can find it, sometimes you'll find it in Gigi's News of the Day if you're with Zelle, but for the most part we're going to be doing advertising this year with the Worldwide Hotel Program initiatives. So keep an eye out. Almost every month we'll be sharing information on promotions, etc., that you can find on the Worldwide Hotel Program website.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Yeah, I just saw the Pullman for Miami International Airport. So I want to thank you, Stephen. Of course, we're friends, and so I'm grateful. But on the other level, this is a fantastic education tool to get our agents started and a step ahead. And I think the e-learning piece is the next step after they take the 3 Easy Questions quiz today to win a $25 gift card if they're one of the first agents to answer the 3 Easy Questions correctly. So thank you, Stephen.
You are quite welcome, Cindy, and I'd love to say that was from sunny South Florida, but today Miami is drizzly and rainy, but there's sunshine in your voice, sunshine in my voice, and I hope that everyone could take a little bit of sunshine away from them with Accor Hotels. Thank you.
Well, that's a take. Thank you, agents. Have a great day.